Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Tessa. You're watching your year ahead 2022 12-month Oracle and Tarot reading. So before I get into this, I'm just going to kind of explain like how I laid this out and what to expect. So I'm using 3 different tarot decks and 3 different oracle decks, with one of the oracle cards being an advice card. The way that I shuffled it is I shuffled each and every deck individually, and I made 12 piles, 1 pile for each month, and I pulled 1 card for each of the 12 piles, and I put them face down in the piles, and I did that for all 6 decks, okay? So the way that I laid it out is January through December of 2022 with all of the cards, with 6 different cards in each pile, and they're all face down, okay? And I did this just because like we're gonna go through this together. I'm gonna do this reading with you. And we're going to go through it month by month. I don't want to see what's up ahead. I don't want to know like what's going on in the future. I don't want to know what's going on in December or August. So we're just going to turn the piles over month at a time, okay? And that is how we're going to do that. So that is going to be how this reading is going to work. If you have been following me, or if you have been on my channel since its conception, since I started this, back in May of 2020. Things are going to be changing on my channel in 2022. I'm just kind of, there's a lot of other, there's so many different aspects to me as a person, to who I am. Tarot and astrology is part of that, absolutely. I got deep into tarot and astrology last year, but there's so much more, like, to me, like, I'm a writer and I'm an artist. There's so much more that I want to get involved in and that I want to do. So I'm really being called to start exploring all that. I'm really being called to kind of open myself back up to projects that I was working on a long time ago, projects that I started like literally 10 years ago. Like even before I decided to go to school, even before I actually got my bachelor's degree in English and in creative writing. So that is definitely something that is going to be on my agenda. So tarot and astrology are still going to be part of my channel. I'm still going to be doing tarot and astrology, but the channel just might take on a little bit more of like, like a personal vibe, and me just kind of maybe making videos on just like things that I'm actually up to in the moment and things that I'm doing right now that could be related to projects that I have started in the past. And also with that being said, I won't be doing, I decided to not do these monthly and bi-monthly zodiac astrology tarot readings anymore. Now, I'm not saying that I'm never going to do zodiac readings again. I just feel like if I do the zodiac readings, I still haven't completely figured out like how I'm going to have the layout, or if I want to actually even make a plan, or if I'm just kind of going to like be spontaneous with this channel right now. But basically like if I do zodiac tarot readings, it's going to be in one video. Okay. So I would just do one long video of all the zodiac signs, and we would just get into a reading for all the zodiac signs in one video. So that is definitely a possibility. I'm considering doing that, maybe doing one of those videos per month, because I do want to do other things. I'm thinking about doing collective tarot readings because I do feel a very strong kind of vibration and intuitive connection with the collective. I am a 4th quadrant baby, okay, so all of my astrology is 4th quadrant dominant, which has to do with the public, okay. I have a lot of shit going on in my 12th house, okay, and that deals with a lot of collective energy as well. So I'm thinking about doing more like tarot collective readings, and also I want to do more astrology videos as well, and I do have some really cool ideas about how I can kind of get you guys involved. And I'm really hoping to actually, for 2022, I'm really kind of hoping to open up more dialogue, just to open up more of the community element of having a YouTube channel. Like I'm not, I'm really not here trying to just like gain subscribers and gain followers. Like that's not my MO. Like I actually want to start building, you know, like a real kind of community dynamic. And, you know, I really want to be able to include people in the things that I'm doing, and to kind of, if you're interested, becoming involved in maybe some of the same things that I'm becoming involved in, and to really kind of create a community dynamic. So that is definitely kind of like a goal for 2022. And then I can really kind of express more about the different things that I'm involved in, and some of my ideas and projects, and just try to kind of like get more people on board with it, and get more people to explore their own creativity, to explore their own, maybe like purpose, or their own, spiritual direction, whether it's something that you want to do as a hobby, or something that you actually want to like take more seriously. So that is kind of like where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. As far as astrology, like I would actually love to do some live, I don't know, maybe live, but I would love to do, like birth chart readings on my channel. So, like if there are viewers out there, subscribers who are willing to use their own birthday, and it's like, it can be completely anonymous, so you don't have to tell me your name. You can even make up a name. You can create like a metaverse name. You can create an internet name. You don't have to tell me your name. Totally up to you. But basically, you would just like send me your birthday. I would pretty much do a free birth chart reading for you. Okay, so it would be like a free birth chart reading. The only thing is that I would put it on my channel. It would be public. It would be a public reading. Okay, so that is something that you guys can definitely think about. And there's like no obligation to like pay me or anything like that. The only thing is that you're basically just giving me permission to make your chart public, but without your name. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, even to be honest with you, even if you gave me your name, like personally, even if you told me your name in an email and gave me all your information, I would probably just make up a name for you anyway. But it's, but I would also kind of leave that up to you. Like if you, I don't know, like if you insist on having your name public, then that's on you. But yeah, so that's kind of an idea that I have, just because I want to get more people involved and engaged on my channel, and I want to just, I want to engage and more with people, and like learn about people and kind of get to know you guys. So, and that is kind of the main thing that I feel like has been missing since I started this channel, is just like, I don't, like it's cool that I'm doing tarot readings and everything, but, I kind of, I think I was just looking more for a community dynamic and looking to actually like engage with people, not to just do tarot readings and then that's it. Like, bye-bye, thank you. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Like there is something very specific that I'm feeling guided by, and that I'm being, led to do. And I'm following that wholeheartedly, and I believe in it, and it's something very strong inside me. And I know that, I would be fulfilled. I know that I would be fulfilled by that. So yeah, so that's kind of a general overview of things that I have in my mind for 2022. Yeah, so there's definitely more, but I'm not going to get into that. There's definitely more things that I'm getting involved in, but I won't get into that for your reading. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, give you a heads up, so you can decide if you want to subscribe to my channel or not, and see, what the future holds. Or if you decide that maybe I'm not for you anymore, that's totally fine either way, because I know myself, I know who I am, I know what I want to build, and I don't want to waste anybody's time, you know what I mean? And I don't want anyone to waste my time. So that's kind of like the basic of that, okay? Okay, Pisces, so with that being said, let us get into your reading, okay? So like I said, we're going to do month by month. We're in this together. And then once I'm done with the, 1 month, I'm just going to jump to the next month, and we're going to do it until we get to the end, December 2022. So we're starting with January 2022. Can you believe that 2021 is almost over? It's going to be New Year's Eve in like 4 days. And I'm just like, holy shit, like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like, time goes by so fast. It's like, Jupiter is about to move into Pisces, so if that hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen very, very soon. I'm just going to check over here. I'm so curious. Not yet. So Jupiter is at 29 degrees of Aquarius and 59 minutes. So it's literally going to pump into Pisces like probably overnight. Probably very, very soon. I think it's going to be pumping in there. Let's see if it happens while I film this. That would be really cool. Okay, so I'll check at the end of the video. I honest to God, like, didn't check on the internet, or I didn't check to see exactly what time Jupiter was going to move into Pisces. So, you know, sorry, I don't have that information. But let's see if it happens during this video. I've really been feeling this, so let me know if you've been feeling this Jupiter. You guys are Pisces energy, so if you're a Pisces ascendant, you're definitely going to feel this Jupiter in Pisces energy, and it's going to affect your rising sign, okay? It's going to feel really like, I don't know, like I feel really good because Jupiter is trining my midheaven, Jupiter is and it's sextiling my ascendant, okay? So currently I have Jupiter like doing all sorts of magical, wonderful things to a lot of really prominent planets in my chart and prominent aspects in my chart. So I'm feeling this Jupiter energy really, really good. It feels really good. It feels exciting. It just kind of feels like you're like kind of like on top of the world, like not necessarily on top of the world, but you just feel really good about your dreams and your visions and like everything that you just kind of like are dreaming for yourself. It just feels good. That's how I feel right now. So let me know how you guys are feeling. So yeah, let's get into your January reading, okay? So like I said, the one of these oracle cards is an advice card, and I'm going to read that at the very end, okay? So let's take a look to see what we have for January over here. We have a will. We have the Dragon's Lair. Oh my god, I love that card. A lot of like fantasy elements to the Dragon's Lair, okay? We have the Six of Cups, Sun in Scorpio. We have the Knight of Coins, we have Virgo energy, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, Pisces. So it looks like January is really going to be about like you, like your will. Okay, so the underlying energy of the will. It's like what are you trying to how do I put this? What are your intentions in life? Okay, so this is your soul's journey, okay? So it's kind of asking you here, like, what is your intention for this year? Okay, what are you from the depths of your soul and the heart in your soul, what are you really trying to put out there for this year? Because what you really want to do is you really want to make sure that throughout the year, especially because Jupiter is going to be in Pisces and Neptune is still in Pisces, so things can get a little dreamy, a little foggy, a little like lost in the illusion, you know, things like that could be going on. So I feel like for January, it's going to be super, super important for you to really ground yourself in what it is you want to manifest and what it is you want to create, and to stick to that, and to not let yourself kind of get too carried away in the dream or in the fantasy, and to actually try to create that as part of your world. And I feel like the first step towards doing that is like your home environment, right? So like, what is it that you're really trying to achieve in 2022? What is it that you're really trying to grow or become a part of or to do, you know, like what are your goals? And the moment that you can really come to like a true understanding of what that is, then you can kind of, you know, start manifesting that in your environment. So with the Dragon's Lair over here, it's like, the Dragon's Lair is so cool. It's kind of like, the first step is like, make your home a reflection of who you want to be. Make your home a reflection of like the, you know, is there a specific project that you want to work on every day? Do you have a desk to work on it? Like, how is your home environment set up for you so you can succeed? How is your everyday, when you wake up from morning to when you go to sleep, how is your home going to help you like achieve certain creative goals or visions that you have for yourself? You know, do you need to create a little corner office? You know, do you need to put a curtain up to block out, you know, maybe some other, like, do you need to literally create a kind of atmosphere where you can really allow these creative, to just allow whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest really come to fruition, so you can really kind of start to live in it and breathe in it, and then, you know, kind of put it out into the world. Now with the sun in Scorpio over here, the Six of Cups, you definitely could start thinking about reconnecting with somebody from your past. So this energy is definitely either you might decide to reach out to someone that maybe you were seeing in your past, someone that you like, maybe they're not a part of your life at the moment, but you're thinking about making them a part of your life again. You could have really fond memories with this person. You could really miss them. So you could definitely think about reaching out to this individual and to maybe like start things up again. If you don't go that route, I do kind of feel like in January, you could kind of get lost in a little bit of like the past. And I know Pisces, like out of all the zodiac signs, you guys do kind of tend to live in the past. So this could definitely be like, you maybe just like daydreaming around your house or thinking about like memories, okay? Like you could really be kind of like going into some memories, okay, with somebody else, okay? And then with the Knight of Coins, this Virgo energy over here, this is definitely about manifestation. This is about kind of taking things slow and steady, being more strategic about your moves and being more strategic about how you really want to go about this, okay? And with the Ace of Cups, it's definitely, the way the energy is moving here, it looks like your focus is perhaps a little bit more on like the love sector of your life and like opening up your emotions, maybe opening up your heart, being more just like open, okay? Just being overall, just kind of being more open with your emotions and your heart and offering, like really offering some love to someone, okay? But, you really might decide you want to go after someone and romance them. But this could also be the other way around for some of you. Someone could definitely be coming your way, or you could reach out to somebody from your past that you were once involved in, and it turns out that they want to start this new beginning with you. They want to offer this love to you. They want to open up to you. Okay, so that's what's showing up for January over here. Your advice over here is limits. Know that limiting attitudes are often formed as protective reactions to past events. Okay, so I think that this advice is kind of saying, like, just, it's kind of like if you are going to open yourself up to this direction, like really, really be open, don't, like, really be open to, what, maybe just don't try not to be so closed-minded as far as like the direction that you want it to go in, or either that, or like, because, I understand that we all have our own kind of boundaries and, whatever, but like, it's kind of like saying like, maybe just like, don't just like go for the, don't just like jump into it having all these expectations, like really kind of be open to learning more about, especially if this is someone that you haven't seen in a really long time. Like, you don't really know where they're at. You don't really know, like, where they're headed, what their goals are, where they're going. So, it could be saying more like, just, maybe just be more open to kind of like, you can still have your heart open and be open to like the love adventure of it and the romantic adventure of it. But at the same time, like, still acknowledge that the other individual has their own lives as well, and they have their own views and visions of things and their own dreams and, how they want to continue on in their life. Okay, so that's something that, if you open that door, you have to like understand that other people kind of have their own dreams as well. Okay, so let's move on to February, Pisces, and take a look to see what's going on in February. We have gratitude. We have Sacred Pool. We have the Ten of Wands, Saturn in Sagittarius. We have the Queen of Swords, Libra. And we have the Knight of Swords, Gemini. Okay. So February, so it looks like February is really just going to be about gratitude, okay? And just kind of like feeling grateful for what you currently have going on in your life. Feeling grateful for like, like your blessings, kind of counting your blessings. And with the Sacred Pool, there is this energy of like really kind of getting in touch with your spirituality, okay? Now, let me see over here, because we do have the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So there is an energy, there is a lot of like, there are definitely some burdens over here. Okay, it looks like there are perhaps, especially if you have decided to kind of go down the route of love, and if you are connecting with this person from January, it looks like there are some heavy burdens that are weighing on you. Okay, and I feel like what this is trying to, there seems to be this separation, this disconnect. There seems to be a part of you that is unable to kind of resolve your deeper inner spiritual kind of sense of self, and the peace that you have within you, especially with the sacred pool and gratitude. Like, I feel like you kind of have this inner world that you keep very much to yourself, that you don't really share with anybody. But but when you are opening your heart to someone else, and when you are inviting somebody else into your life, and you start to, and instead of sharing these things that you feel, instead they kind of start to weigh on you, and they kind of start to become burdensome for you, and then, like, the energy becomes blocked, and then you start to invite this other person to maybe over communicate. This is so hard to explain. So I'm feeling this dynamic. So, okay, the way that I'm seeing this dynamic play out is like it's an exchange of energy, but it's not really balanced. So you have this one person. So you have someone who communicates a lot. Okay, you could have like Gemini or a Libra or an air sign. This could be an air sign that you're dealing with, but it doesn't have to be. So you could have this energy that's in your life that has there's a lot of communication. Okay, there's a lot of like, they're very, very, like, kind of in your face about their thoughts, their ideas. Like, they could be very demanding, very strategic. They could be very manipulative as well. So there's this energy of just like someone perhaps like trying to get something from you, or just someone being very like conniving or manipulative, but like, and you kind of carry this energy, and it becomes a burden on you, and it's like you're trying to, it's like you carry this energy, and you hold this energy because you're trying to protect your inner world, you're trying to protect your emotions, you're trying to protect this like sacred spiritual side of you, and it's like by protecting that side of you, you end up kind of putting yourself in this position where you are, it's like, I think that you're so willing to give. It's like you're so willing to give. You're so willing to do whatever it takes for this other person. You're so willing to like work hard. This could definitely be kind of like a baby mama situation, but it's like you're willing to work hard. You're willing to do all these things. It doesn't have to be though. It's just this energy of like somebody, and this could go for you or your person. It's like someone over here is working really, really hard to kind of like keep, there's a lot of burdens as far as like keeping this this flow going for you, for the other person, while you deep inside, you're trying really hard to like just kind of be grateful for where you're at and for what you have. And you, like, the way that you handle the situation is you kind of like escape into your own little like spiritual reality. Oh my god, I don't know why, but like when I start talking a lot, I get hiccups. It's really bizarre. Okay. Yeah, so it's really interesting. It's like, and this sacred pool could definitely have to do with your home life. Okay, the sacred pool could definitely have to do with your home life. But with this Libra and Gemini energy over here, with the Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords, I am kind of seeing this as someone as another person. I really don't feel that these energies are you. And these could even be two different energies, okay? These could even be two different energies. This Queen of Swords could be like the person that you are wanting to actually, maybe be with. And then this Knight of Swords Gemini energy could be like a completely different energy that's always like, kind of like it's always talking. I'm feeling this like really naggy kind of energy, like in your face. And you are just carrying so much on your shoulders while also trying to protect this like sacredness within you and trying to protect like this gratitude within you, because I don't know, like maybe you don't want to come off like, you don't want to come off as like this, it's like you give so much of your unconditional love and you don't want to come off as like someone who is ungrateful. Like you don't want to be ungrateful, because like that is how you maintain your peace. That is how you maintain your inner sanctity, okay? And like the sacredness within you. Okay, so your advice over here is wish granted. Believe in your abilities as a magic maker to manifest your wishes. They will soon be your reality. Very nice. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's move on to March. So we're in Pisces season right now, and we got some major Pisces stelliums going on in March. So this is going to be an interesting month. We have self-reflection. We have spark. I love the spark card. We have the Ace of Swords, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air energy. We have the Hierophant, Taurus, and we have Judgment, Pluto. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, what else? My candle is sparkling. I mean, what else to get besides self-reflection for March? I just feel like this makes so much sense for you Pisces, especially with the Pisces transits that are going to be in effect for March. There's going to be some really, really big ones in March. Okay, so self-reflection. So a lot of like looking within, and finding that inspiration within you, finding that creative, spiritual kind of spark within you, that inspiration that will really allow you to come alive, that will really allow you to just like truly be yourself, and to just like allow you to really just like shine and come alive and really just be out there with your to be clear about your communication, to be inspired and clear and very like straightforward and truthful and honest about your communication. And it looks like what you're communicating is that you want commitment, you want stability, like you do kind of want to go this more traditional route. Now with the Judgment card over here, there is a personal transformation taking place over here. And this could have to do with the fact that like, perhaps the people in your environment do not share this vision that you have for yourself. So you are really needing to kind of go through like a recycling of your energy in order to just like perhaps like be like, perhaps your foundational ideals and ideas, perhaps they need some transforming. You could be very like rigid and kind of like stuck in maybe an old way of doing things. And, there could definitely be an energy that is like, trying, it's kind of like trying to shake you up, or it's trying to like transform that in you so you're not so like rigid. This is very Taurus, very, very like dogmatic kind of energy. It's very much rooted in traditional values. It's very much rooted in like an older way of doing things, okay? And it looks like there's not really much room to breathe. There's not much room to breathe. And this Judgment energy is honestly like, it's kind of trying to allow you to see that, you can still kind of hold these older values, but like there is a transformation of character that needs to take place over here. There is some kind of rebirth, okay? There's like a rebirth of your own like value system that is kind of taking place over here. And it has nothing to do necessarily with like you, I don't know, this energy is actually really interesting because that Hierophant is really, really stubborn. I mean, and Taurus energy is super stubborn. So, I mean, I don't know, some of you could have some Taurus in your chart, but like there is just this really, really stubborn kind of energy that's coming from you. Like you just seem very immovable, like you know, like unshakable, immovable. And that type of rigidity with the Judgment card over here, I don't know, like, you know, I feel like the universe is kind of trying to shake the ground below your feet and trying to get you to understand that it's not really in your best interest to be that rigid, okay? Like, that maybe it's time to, like, let go a little bit of, like, control, okay? You might have a little bit too much control, or you might have too much of, like, a power, you know, you might be a little bit too dogmatic in your views or in your values, and maybe a little bit too rigid or a little bit too just like, I don't know, like only wanting things your way. And the Judgment here is kind of like, well, you can't, that's not how the universe works. Like, you're not going to have things your way, and it's time to really understand that. Because it's like the more that you're stuck in that way of being, the more you're really just going to end up being disappointed when things don't go your way, and you're really just going to end up hurting yourself in the long run. So the advice here is enchantment. We are enchanted when the muses sing the art spirit into us. So I feel like it's kind of saying, like, allow yourself to be enchanted with life, and allow yourself to kind of like open up more and be enchanted with different things, you know, with different possibilities and different ways of viewing life, and different the way that people like approach life and think about life, you know, just to kind of like allow yourself to swim a little bit more in those like mystical realms, okay, and those kind of dreamy realms. All right, let's move on to April, Aries season. So we have, I really gotta vacuum these floors. Like the way that my hair sheds and my little sister, like our hair is everywhere. So we have beginnings, the new moon, we have cleaning house. I think that every single zodiac sign pulled cleaning house at least once during the year. We have Four of Swords, Jupiter in Libra. We have the Death card, Scorpio. And we have Justice, Libra. So Pisces, you are getting a lot of major arcanas here. A lot of major arcanas. Okay, so new moon, beginnings, I mean, if, you know, I can't think of a better season for that to start than Aries season. I mean, Pisces, you guys wrap it up, okay? You are the end of the zodiacal wheel. And like, even though we're at the end of 2021 and we're about to enter 2022, and that is definitely like a huge deal. I definitely think of this as like us crossing the midheaven. But, you know, as far as the actual zodiac seasons, the beginning of the seasonal zodiacal year is Aries season, okay? It is Aries season. Spring is here. Everything is blooming. So new beginnings, okay? The new moon and new beginnings. So April could really be marked with a time where it's really going to be time to clean your house, okay? With cleaning house, this is about kind of like getting rid of clutter, getting rid of things that like we really just don't need in our environment anymore. Kind of just like cleaning. It's like energy cleaning, so to speak, okay? It's like, it's time to clean the energy around the house. Not just the energy, and yeah, like in terms of actual cleaning, in terms of actually like sweeping and mopping and dusting, and like that clears out the energy, but also like possessions and what are we keeping around that we really don't need? Do we have too much? You know, kind of clearing out the clutter. Also in terms of maybe like cleaning house in terms of maybe like realizing that there are certain people in our life that are really not helping us evolve or grow in any way, shape, or form. And maybe like cleaning house in terms of just like understanding and following more what our values are and following that more, and just kind of clearing out what's like weighing us down or what is allowing us to feel heavy. Now with the Four of Swords over here, this is definitely an indication of needing to take some much needed time to rest, to rejuvenate, to meditate, to just like move away from like all the like information. There could be a lot of just kind of like noise and things just kind of going on around you, and you're just like, I'm just not interested in all that. And it's going to be a really important time to just kind of like disassociate yourself, just kind of disconnect yourself from all the like, from information and maybe like TV or just like the internet, social media. This could be also just like a lot of like blah, 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 communication, gossip that's going on around you, and just kind of like take a step back and just spend some time, by yourself, do some meditation, take a break, just kind of take a break and just kind of chill, try to clear your head from all the noise, okay? So that is definitely what I see going on here. Now with the Death energy as well as Justice, there could definitely, like some kind of ending could definitely happen here. And you could realize this after you do this meditation, okay? So after you do this meditation, after you kind of go through this process, you could really kind of wake up out of it and come up out of it and really like, feel like something is coming to an end, okay? Like it could be a relationship. It could be, I don't know, like that's something in that there's something maybe that needs to end in your life, or it's kind of being almost like imposed, you could feel like it's inevitable. Like there is this imposition of an end, like you could really kind of be feeling like this is like out of your control, but that there's something that kind of just is dying out from your life. But ultimately, like, you taking this time to rest and meditate and just kind of do you is also bringing about this ending, okay? So especially if this is an individual who is very outspoken, especially if this is an individual who, with the Justice energy over here, who this could definitely be an individual who, can be very outspoken, can be very communicative. And if you're over here in your Four of Swords energy, and if you're over here all like, okay, I none of that, that can definitely trigger some kind of ending to occur between you and this other individual. Now, your advice for over here is passion. It will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. So yeah, like you could definitely be lacking. You could definitely be feeling a little less like maybe you just don't have that spark, like as much. Like you could be feeling maybe a little bit more lethargic in April, and like you don't really have the motivation to like reignite the passion in this situation. But it's kind of saying like it's up to you, okay? So the advice over here, it's kind of telling you like it's up to you to keep the passion alive, okay? This is up to you. Like whenever you're ready to kind of come out of that like Jupiter and Libra slumber of meditation and just kind of like retreating from the world, it's really just going to be up to you to make the passion come back alive. And that like even though it does feel like something is coming to an end, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end, okay? It could just mean that the cycle is ending, and that, in order to begin a new cycle, you would have to take action. Now, you are in Aries season over here, so Aries season is a really good time to kind of capitalize on that passionate energy and to really kind of capitalize on that initial, that action taking that Aries represents. It's ruled by Mars. And there's literally no other planet that is more aggressive in their actions than Mars, and more aggressive in their passions than Mars. So with that advice coming up, it's kind of saying like, well, if you are going to do this, now would be a really good time to do it. If you're still feeling it, then go for it. So moving on to May, Taurus season, we have discernment, we have coming to life, we have the Sun card, We have the Nine of Wands, Moon in Sagittarius. We have the Four of Pentacles, Sun in Capricorn. So double the Sun. Okay, these cards are super, super interesting and really cool to look at. Excuse me. You can literally see the Sun card from the video. It's like this big, shining yellow light over here. It's like beaming. Okay, so for May discernment, it's really going to be about using your intuition. It's going to be about using your intuition to kind of like, in order to kind of figure out like how you want to move through a certain situation, okay? Discernment is all about like really just kind of like paying attention, okay? Like kind of keeping your mouth shut. It's kind of like that energy of like a wallflower, right? You're quiet, you're observing. You're observing. You're kind of like taking in what's going on around you. You're taking in the information, you know, but for right now, you're just watching, you're just learning, and you're using your intuition to kind of figure out how you want to like move through this landscape. Coming to life is kind of like you're waiting for the opportune moment, okay? It's kind of like you're waiting for the right moment to really like let yourself shine and to come to life, to, you know, to kind of like show what you're made of. And with the Sun energy over here, it's like, you know, it's kind of like you would rather observe and just kind of see what's going on around you. And then when you're really feeling that passion, when you're really feeling that like inner happiness and just like the light is really coming through you, and the sun is really shining on your face, that's really when you're going to come to life. Now with the moon in Sagittarius over here, I was going to say the Moon of Wands. That's really funny. The Nine of Wands, which is the moon in Sagittarius. With the moon in Sagittarius here, there is still, this is really interesting. Now, this could be some kind of blockage of energy. This could also be another person's energy, but I'm feeling this is like a blockage. It's like you're feeling good within yourself. You're feeling good. You're feeling confident and good within yourself. But when it comes to this other individual, when it comes to this other person that maybe you're dealing with, or that this other energy in your surroundings, it's like you still haven't quite figured out how to talk to them or how to approach them or how to kind of like, I feel like you're still kind of stuck in just this last little moment, this moment of just like, how do I get through to this person? How do I talk to this person? It's an energy like that. Like there's something that you can't quite see. It's like you're using your intuition, you're trying, but like, it's like there's something that you feel like you're being blocked by, okay? You feel like spiritually or energetically, it's like, I don't know, like you're blocked or they're blocking you. And it's like you're trying to kind of figure out how to move around that, or how to like, I don't know, like how to something. And it looks like with the Four of Pentacles over here, like, I don't know, the confidence is kind of like, like maybe now is not the right time, like it looks like you're holding on to your, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, obviously this little like raccoon is holding on to his coins, but I don't want to be like you're holding on to your coins. What's the word I'm thinking of? Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it when I feel like this. When I can't think of a certain word or phrase or saying, but you're holding on to your horses. When people will say like, hold your horses, because like you're so eager, like you're so, when someone is like really, really excited and eager to do something, people will be like, hold your horses. So I feel like that's honestly what I was going to say. Like you're holding on to your horses. That's really funny. Yeah, you're like holding on to your horses over here. You're holding on to like that passion. Like you want to be very passionate with your people. Like you want to come out and say something, and you want to like, you want to, be very like bright and and loving, and like you want to kind of shine your light on this situation, but you know, you're holding back. You're like, you're not sure how it's going to be reciprocated. You're not sure how the other person is going to respond. You're not sure if you're going to have like a positive response or not. And I think that's what the fear is over here. I think that's what the blockage is. I think your blockage is like not wanting to say something because you're afraid of how it's going to reflect back to you. Okay, that is what I was getting. I was really trying to like dissect the image here. Like you can't really see it, but I'm going to show it to you because it's actually a really cool card. Anyway, so the Nine of Wands, so that's actually, I think that's like Maleficent. I'm using the Disney Villains deck. And she's looking at herself in the mirror. So it's like you're just about to reach this critical moment. It's like you feel like you're right there on the threshold. You're right there about to put on your crown. You're about to put on your crown, and then like something like your reflection talks back to you, and you look at your reflection. It's like you look at yourself in the mirror, and then you look at your reflection, and you're like, and then you shrink, you know, because maybe like you end up self-defeating. You end up kind of like defeating yourself before you even say anything or do anything or speak or take any kind of action towards this individual. And then it's kind of like you kind of start to shrink down, and you're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna take what I can get over here. So there's some kind of fear that needs to be faced over here. There's some kind of fear. Your advice is worry. Worry is attachment to a particular outcome and the fear that it will not come to pass. Exactly. So you're worried about the future. It's like you're worried about how things are going to pan out, and that is what is creating, that is what is turning your what is making you kind of like shrink back into the past. It's like you want to move into the future, but you keep shrinking back into the past because you worry about the future. You worry about like how you're worried about like how someone might respond to you, or how taking action towards this specific thing. It's like you're so preoccupied with like whether or not it's going to go the way that you want it to go, so then you just don't do anything at all. Instead of like approaching it from a place where you have no expectations, instead of approaching it from a place where it's like, well, instead of saying like, okay, well, I'm going to approach this situation without any expectations, you can't help but have these expectations. You want these expectations. So the fact that you want those expectations makes you afraid of not getting what you expect in return. And then it, in turn, will make you feel like really bad or worse or whatever. So instead of even taking that chance, you just kind of shrink back and kind of like stay in this little like hut that you created. You kind of just like stay in this level of comfort that's comfortable, you know, because it's comfortable, because, you know, there's no pain. You can't be hurt here. So then you don't take that action. Okay, so let's move on to June. Gemini season. We have assessing. We have coming apart. We have the Ten of Swords, Sun in Gemini. We have the Six of Wands, Jupiter in Leo. And we have the Eight of Wands, Mercury in Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, well, for June 2022, definitely starting to kind of like look out into the future right now, kind of looking out into the horizon. You could definitely be stalking someone for some of you. Like, you could be like seeing what someone is up to. I feel like this reading so far does kind of have to do with like, you know, maybe some kind of connection with someone, with another individual. But with the assessing, it's like there's something that maybe you're doing research. You could also be doing research on something. We are in Gemini season, so like just getting some more information, assessing the situation, just kind of like taking a look into the future. Okay, this is also kind of like a look into the future kind of energy, and just kind of like seeing what is going on. Now there is something that is making you come apart. Okay, you could really feel like, you know, I don't know, like it's like while you're looking around and while you're looking at these things that are going on around you, or while you're looking at maybe what a certain person is up to, it's like creating some kind of sadness for you. Okay, it's creating some kind of sadness for you. It is, you know, I think that there is a part of you that really feels betrayed. That feels betrayed by a certain situation. You feel betrayed. You feel hurt. You just kind of feel like maybe there is no hope, or that there is, like, I don't know, like there's no hope, or there's just no, in regards to something in particular, and this could have to do with another individual. I think that you're really just kind of feeling defeated, and you feel like there's not really much hope when it comes to this connection or this particular person. And, you know, once you really kind of like, it's kind of like you accept this defeat. Okay, it's like you're accepting this like pain. You're accepting the pain, and, you know, you're kind of like coming apart from the inside, and then like it. Now this can go one of two ways. Either like you kind of decide ultimately to rise from this like place that you're in, this like low vibe, low kind of energy that you're in, and you either decide to rise up to it and to just kind of go your way and to just kind of do your own thing, and you either just decide to completely forget about this person and just kind of like, you know, be like, I'm so much better than all this sadness. I'm so much better than like feeling so miserable and feeling like this person is capable of like allowing me to fall apart, and to just kind of like, you know, to fall apart like this. And either you just kind of like, you know, like go in your direction, you just start doing your thing, and you just start doing things that make you happy. You could travel. You could definitely travel over here. Or you really just decide to kind of take action towards something in particular. It could be something creative. But I also see this as kind of like you, another way that this could go is that you ultimately decide, like, why am I like feeling miserable? Like, why am I allowing myself to feel this way? Like, I'm just going to say how I feel. Like, you could decide to actually communicate to this person. You could actually decide to just say, to just like be, you know, open and honest, and instead of like stalking them or spying on them or like whatever, or instead of like, you could actually decide to like kind of like to just say whatever it is that you're thinking or whatever it is you're feeling, to just like be done with it, to just be out with it. I also kind of see this energy with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands over here as not even being your energy, but this being another person's energy. And it's like their energy maybe is like, you know, they're like, maybe you see their energy being really positive. Like you see this really, really positive, just kind of vibrant. Like I also feel really strongly in this reading, like you're looking at someone, and this doesn't even have to be someone that you know. Like you could be watching some YouTuber. Like I just feel like you're looking at someone who you think has it all. Or you're looking at someone and like their energy, there's something about their energy that makes you feel, there could be some jealousy there, or that just makes you feel like they are just like this shining light. Like they're just shining really bright. They're doing their thing. They're like, you know, they are just this really like charismatic type of person. And there's something about their energy and you viewing their energy and you watching them that kind of like makes you like feel sad inside. Maybe because you want to be like that. Maybe, you know, there's something going on over here where like, you know, you kind of like maybe fall apart from the inside, or you just kind of feel like you don't measure up, or you feel somehow betrayed, or you feel somehow just like defeated. Like somehow it just makes you feel defeated because you, I don't know, like you see that someone is doing really, really well and you just feel like you're not there yet. And I feel like it's really important to say that this is literally like the more we pay attention to what other people are up to, and like And literally the only reason why you put this on yourself and you're feeling this way is because you're like, you're looking at what somebody else is doing instead of like focusing on yourself, instead of focusing on your own projects and like what you're doing. You're watching what other people are doing, and then it kind of creates this, it kind of creates this feeling inside you like, oh, well, I'm not, like, oh, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Like, and what am I doing? Like, what's my life? So there's kind of this like self-defeating kind of energy going on here for June. Now your advice over here is counsel. Seek out the counsel of those whose lives and creative work you most admire. Exactly. So start to kind of surround yourself with people you admire. Really start to kind of like, the more you put yourself in a position where, like, in the position where, you can start to feel more and more like yourself and like you're enough and like, the person that you want to become, like if you start to surround yourself with those people that you do admire, and then it automatically, it's just gonna kind of change the energy that's in your life, generally speaking, okay? And it's gonna make you feel better. So, and if those types of people are the type of people that you want to be around, the people that are doing really, really well, instead of just watching them and being jealous, like just start interacting with them. Like, why be jealous? Just start interacting. Start, like showing your own creative abilities and your own confidence. So let's move on to July, Cancer season. Okay, so for Cancer season, we have darkness. All right, education. Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire energy. The Magician, Mercury, such a cool freaking card. And Strength, Leo. Pisces, you have been pulling so many major arcanas. It's incredible. 2022, Mark, I'm just telling you, I'm just here to let you know, 2022, there's really a lot of like the universe in your reading over here. And when I say like a lot of like the universe in your reading, it's kind of like there's a lot of like this cosmic energy that's kind of trying to get you to see certain things, okay? The universe is like big time speaking to you for 2022 with these major arcanas. Major arcana cards are like major players, okay? This is like some god, goddess, like archetypal, Carl Jung type of shit, okay? Like the universe is really trying to get you to kind of like understand some of these big moves, some of this big player energy, and trying to get you to see certain things, okay? Now with Cancer season over here, and the darkness card, there's a need to go within, okay? There's a need to really kind of like open yourself up to your own dark energies, okay? And start to really explore and understand and educate yourself in regards to your own like demons and dark energies, and just like, like all the things that are really that maybe weigh heavy on you, and really like start to learn about them, start to accept, start to open yourself up to your own truth and like your own awareness of yourself, and maybe like just to have a more perhaps communicative and objective way of communicating some of your darker feelings, okay? With the education card over here, it's really just about, it's going to be about learning how you can express yourself in a way that can help people understand you better. To express yourself in a way that allows so that you can almost articulate your own emotions, so that you can almost educate others in regards to your emotions, rather than put your emotions on other people, rather than like, put your beliefs and your opinions and your things onto others, but actually kind of like educate and share who you are in a way that opens dialogue, in a way that is informational rather than dogmatic, okay? The Ace of Wands over here. Very, very interesting over here. Yeah, or like in a creative way with the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Like it's pretty much just like some creative beginning over here. Something passionate, some spiritual, passionate, like creative, new manifestation, like wanting. Pisces, you are so funny. So during this time that you really kind of get to know yourself and start to understand some of your deeper emotions and how you can communicate that. Like, I think that it just kind of inspires you. Either that or someone is coming towards you. Either it inspires you, but I also see it going another way. I also see you just kind of like, you're just chilling. You know, like you're just chilling, you're just doing your thing, and then like some really passionate, like kind of energy kind of like comes into your life, you know, and tries to kind of like get it in with you, especially with the Magician and the Strength card over here. Like someone is manifesting you. So this is an energy of either like someone is trying to manifest you back into their life, or you found the strength, you found your strength, okay? You found what is alive within you. You found your truth. You have the wisdom now to, you discovered your own wisdom about who you are and how you feel and what you stand for. And, you know, you found the strength within you to kind of go out into the world and to kind of like manifest this truth, or to, you know, try to like bring in energy that aligns with that truth and aligns with, you know, the vision that you have for yourself and your manifestation. You know, so for some of you, you could decide to be educators. For your advice, you have start. You must start from where you are. Examine your situation and take a chance. Yes. Very much that Ace of Wands energy right there is just kind of like taking what you've learned, taking that education, that wisdom, and what you've learned, and just kind of like, and just start from there. Okay, you got to start from somewhere. Start with what you know, right? Start with what you know. Okay, so let's move on to August. We are in Leo season. We have nourishment. We have unexpected visitors. Ooh. You have the Seven of Pentacles, Saturn in Taurus. We have the Five of Wands, Saturn in Leo. And we have the Six of Wands, Jupiter in Leo. Okay. So August is really just going to be about like nourishing the soul. You know, going to the beach, going to the spa, getting a massage, nourishment, like getting your nails done, getting a pedicure, like getting waxed. You know, just doing the things that you enjoy, like going out in nature, going for a hike, nourishment. You know, it's just you're purifying your soul. Okay, it's really just going to be about kind of like purifying your soul. Now, with unexpected visitors, this is definitely some, you know, unexpected activity. Someone could be reaching out to you that you have not heard from in a long time, or someone could be coming to your house or visiting you that you haven't seen in a long time. Basically, someone just appears out of nowhere, okay? So unexpected visitors. So someone could definitely kind of show up, or something. It doesn't have to be a person, something. So something can happen that's very, very unexpected. Now, this thing that happens that's very unexpected, it could definitely be tied to your financial situation. It could be tied to some kind of business or project that you have been working on and that you are still kind of like nurturing, and you are kind of like going back and forth to see like how it's doing. So there could be some unexpected surprises in this realm of your financial situation or business situation. With the Five of Wands over here, more of this Saturn energy. Let's see. I don't know, maybe this could even be like a bad review. So if you have like your own business with the unexpected visitors, the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands over here, both of them being Saturn energy, the way that I kind of see this is like if you have like an online business, or if you have it doesn't even have to be online. Like if you have some kind of business, you know, you might have some visitor come into your business and they end up writing a bad review, okay? Or they end up like really shitting on your product, or they end up really like being like really nasty, or they just like, I don't know, they like start some drama. Okay, they start some drama that could perhaps like, you know, stir things up. I mean, August, and I'm just telling you guys this, so don't feel alone, but astrologically speaking, August is going to be a really crazy month for everybody. So, you know, if you get some bad shit that goes down in August, like, just know that, I don't know, everyone is probably going to get a little bit of some weird shit going down in August. So yeah, it could be something like that. It could just be like someone comes into your restaurant or someone comes into your store and then they end up buying something and they end up writing a really bad review. Or like, it's like something weird like that. And then it causes you to like, maybe like reevaluate how you do business, or like there could just be some review going on, okay? Because Saturn in Taurus, the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like reviewing. It's kind of like going back to kind of like take a look at your product, maybe to try to make things better, to see how you can make some improvements, okay? And then the Five of Wands over here, which is Saturn in Leo, it's about conflict, so there could be some conflict. There could be some conflict in your business or at your job, so it could be something like that, maybe some coworkers fighting with each other. But with the Six of Wands over here, it's really not like anything that you can't handle, okay? With the Six of Wands, it's like you're going to come out of this victorious. Like, you're going to deal with this situation, whatever it is, you're going to handle it, you're going to deal with it. And you're going to come out a leader, and you're going to come up on top, and you're just going to keep on moving with your life. It's like not even something that you can't handle. So the advice over here is analyze. Your time is well spent analyzing, but only up to where you become too attached to any particular outcome. This card kind of drives me crazy because the grammar is horrible. And like, I love this deck. It's the Creativity Oracle. So it's like, I kind of cut them some slack because it is a creativity oracle. And when it comes to creativity, I really don't feel like grammar should limit how people want to express themselves. Grammar is grammar, okay? Creativity is creativity. Let's not start putting words in the same boxes, okay? But it's like, as a writer and as someone who went to school for English, like even the way that I talk, especially on my channel, and when I'm speaking on a whim, I know that a lot of the times my sentences and the way that I talk does not come out sounding right at all. Sometimes I overuse the word like, or you know, something I've noticed is that I say you know a lot in my videos, like you know, and that is like a really bad habit that I want to stop, but we'll get there. So let me see if I can reread this. Your time is well spent analyzing. Okay, so we're going to break this down little by little. Okay, so you probably had to analyze some kind of situation. Okay, you had to analyze the situation. You had to problem solve, use some critical thinking to kind of solve this issue. But only up to where, that is where I have trouble with this, but only up to where you become, that to me just sounds like, I don't even see, I'm not that big of an English head because I don't even know what a compound sentence, I don't freaking know. But only up to where you become too attached to any particular outcome. Okay, so basically what it's saying is that it's good to analyze, but don't become too attached to how things should be. So in this particular situation, like, okay, you problem solved, you used critical thinking, you analyzed the situation, you worked it out, but like, don't become, it's kind of like saying like, well, don't think that maybe that's going to solve every problem. Don't think that like that way of doing things is going to solve every problem. Or don't think that like, you know, now that you fix the situation, you think that it's never going to happen again. It's just kind of like saying like, don't be naive in a way. So that's kind of how I interpret that. Even though the way the sentence is structured is like really kind of pisses me off. Okay, so let's move on to Virgo season. So we are in September. Okay, so for September we have the Path We have peaks of joy. Yes, happiness here. Oh God, why does that always happen? Whenever there's a happy card, there's a sad card. The Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra. The King of Coins is Taurus. And Temperance, we have Venus over here. Wow. Okay, so the path, like, okay, so you're on your path, you're doing your thing, you're on your soul journey over here, okay? Like, I feel like you have a pretty, for September, you have a pretty clear idea of where you're going, okay? You have a pretty clear, like, idea, you have a pretty clear vision, you're on that path already. You're doing it, okay? You're on that path, you see the future, you see your goal ahead of you, you're feeling good, peaks of joy. You have these like really great moments, and this could have to do with your business. This could have to do with your money. Like you might, make some really, really good money, and you're just like flying, you're feeling really, really good. And then comes this freaking Three of Swords, this Saturn in Libra. Something happens. Some bullshit happens. It breaks your heart, but something happens over here. Something happens over here and it breaks your heart, okay? Now, this could have to do with another person. It's always another person. We have the King of Coins over here, so this represents a person, okay? This is Taurus energy over here. This is like, now this could be, with this King of Coins, this could still have to do with your business. So this could be like a competitor, okay? This could be someone who's in competition with you, who maybe like takes some of your customers, okay? Or this could be like, some kind of energy, like, out buying you somehow, or out like, or, they're looking, maybe they're trying to copy you, or they're trying to like, I don't know, the way that this person, the look in their eyes, the way that they're looking at you is kind of like they want a piece of what you got, and they don't realize that they're hurting you. They don't realize that they're hurting you in the process. But there's some kind of energy in your environment over here. This could even be a boss. Maybe like you're feeling so good. You're feeling on top of the world. You're doing really good at your job. And then like your boss comes around and like says some really like, says something that puts you down. It's like an energy like that. It's like someone in power kind of just comes around and like dims your light and just kind of like acts a certain kind of way, or says some bullshit that just really like breaks you, kind of just breaks your heart. It's really kind of sad, so this could be a boss, this could be like a competitor, this could be, so you're going to apply it to your own situation. September is far away from now, but you know what I'm saying? So just kind of be cautious of that. So someone could definitely, and I do kind of feel like this is related to business, especially because we do have the King of Coins, and the Three of Swords is Saturn, okay? So the Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra, and when Saturn is, structure, the establishment, Libra wants to be happy. Libra wants to enjoy the beauty in life. Libra wants to, doesn't want to feel that criticism that Saturn brings. Okay, Saturn is very critical, and when you criticize that energy that just wants to like enjoy life and to just like be in love with the world and just kind of like enjoy all of that, it definitely creates some heartbreak. It creates pain. And it's time to just kind of like, you kind of have to like heal. You kind of have to like heal your heart, and you have to just kind of like, you have to really tell yourself that you are your own queen. You are your own boss with the Venus. Oh, this is Temperance. I'm sorry. I thought for some reason this was the Emperor or the Empress. Not the Emperor, the Empress. Both the Temperance card in this deck and the Empress card are flowers. That's why I got them mixed up. But you have Temperance here. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. So the universe is kind of coming in to kind of like help the situation for you, to sort of like, kind of balance out your own heart, to kind of like, make you see that you are well worth, that your value is up there, and that you know, your creative energy and your creative spirit, and just all around, like, your spiritual energy, your, you know, what you give to the world, what you contribute is beautiful and it's powerful, and you can overcome this idiot, or you can overcome this person who's kind of like causing some problems for you over here, okay? And this could also represent a person, this temperance energy. It could be a Sagittarius, it doesn't have to be, but this temperance energy could definitely, because it is an archetype, so it could definitely represent another person who's in your environment, who's kind of able to talk you through this situation, and they're kind of able to see that you're hurt, that you're feeling down, and they kind of lift your spirits back up. So your advice over here is procrastination. Stop focusing on your problems and excuses. Take a small step and do something constructive. Okay, so, you know, this pain over here, whatever, like, it could cause you to procrastinate. Maybe that is what causes some of this backlash from a boss, or from, you know, a financial advisor, or an investor, or a competitor. So some kind of backlash could, like, you know, really kind of cause you to feel like, I don't know, like you're kind of dragging your feet a little bit. So, I mean, this is and, you know, I'm kind of not surprised that your advice is coming out pretty harsh like this, because for the last card, you do have temperance. So I kind of feel like maybe the universe might be coming in around this time to, like, give you some hard truth, to give you a little bit of, like, tough love, and to be like, listen, you got to get back on your feet, and you got to just start doing this. You know, it could be an energy like that. Like, stop letting this idiot, like, bring you down. You know, get back up on your feet. Like, that's kind of how I'm seeing this advice come out. Stop focusing on your problems and excuses. Take a small step and do something constructive. Yeah, like, it's kind of like beating it in you. You know, kind of like beating in this, you know, this truth in you to, like, overcome this situation, okay? So, that's that. All right, let's move on to October 2022. We are almost at the end. We are in Libra season. I need some more water. Okay, we are in Libra season. We have acceptance. We have One Ring Circus. We have the Nine of Wands. Again, Moon in Sagittarius. We have the World card, Saturn energy. And we have the Ten of Swords. Oh boy, Sun in Gemini. Oh, Pisces. What the hell is happening here? Okay, so I feel like you're finally reaching a place where you're kind of just, like, accepting, you're accepting, you know, the circus in which you're living in, okay? You're accepting the situation of your job, perhaps. You're accepting how things are, and that, like, you know, that things are around you are always going to be kind of crazy and kind of chaotic, and there's always going to be some kind of drama going on. With this One Ring Circus, there's always some kind of drama. There's always something happening over here. I do feel like there's kind of a lot going on in October over here. There could be, like, a lot of gossip going on around you. People could be talking. And with the Knight of Wands energy, it's kind of like, it's like you feel like you have to, like, fight your way out of your own darkness. It's like you're fighting this invisible force. That's how I see this. I feel like you're fighting some kind of invisible force, okay? Because you can't quite see it. Maybe you're feeling an energy, like people might be talking behind your back, or people might be, like, you know, like, doing some sneaky shit, or people might be doing something behind your back. And then with the World card over here, with the Saturn energy, it's kind of like you're really just trying to push through, so you could really just have a spot here. And this could have to do with work. This could have to do with business or work environment. And it's kind of like really just trying to, like, you know, really just trying to kind of, like, win this, you know, win this situation, to finally just feel like you can just be yourself and, like, break out of this pattern that you're in, where you're feeling this way, and where you can really just be, like, you know, in the same working, constructive kind of environment that everybody else is in, and to just feel like you're part of a community, you know, and, like, but it's like But I don't know, like with the Ten of Swords over here, it's just a circus. It's like, it doesn't feel like you're part of a community. It feels like you're part of like a circus, like people just like gossiping and chaos and like, I don't know, like people going behind your back and talking about you, or, you know, complaining, you know, saying things about you maybe to the boss, or like, I don't know, like it's like something, it's like you against, it's like you're in this atmosphere, you're in this environment where everybody has to like work together. But I think that you feel like it's you against everybody else. It's you against everybody else. And it's like, you know, and it's like, even though you've accepted that this is how things are, you can't help but feel like you're fighting some kind of battle, or like you're fighting to get to the, it's like you have to fight to get, just to be recognized, or just to like be part of this, you know, work machine over here. Your advice is innovation. Have fun and experiment. Inventing something that surprises and has never existed before. That's actually really good advice. You know, instead of maybe focusing so much on what's going on around you and needing to fight all these people around you, why don't you try like doing something that can really, like, you know, kind of, that makes you noticed, you know, where like your boss can notice you, or like do something different, you know, do something outside the box. Like, stop paying attention to what everybody else is doing. Stop paying attention to like all the drama that's going on around you, and like actually just innovate. Just spend time just like loving what you are doing and creating something new and different, and something that like other people can like be jealous of, or other people can be like, you know, and then, you know, it won't feel like it's you against the world anymore. It's just going to be you against, like, this is really just a battle between you and yourself. Okay, let's move on to November. We are in Scorpio season. November 2022. We have Patience, Field of Dreams, the King of Wands, Leo energy, the Devil, Capricorn energy, and the Lovers, Gemini energy. Yeah, like Pisces, oh my God, the universe is like, the universe is just, they are just, the universe is just here, like, really just trying to, like, guide you over here. Like, the universe is just, like, really wanting to guide you over here. So we have Patience. Okay, so once again, looking at your destination. Once again, looking at your goal, looking at where you're going. You're still on your path. You're still on your path. But it's about being patient. It's about, like, really visualizing how, really stepping into that visualization of your dreams and what your dreams represent to you, and how, and like, and never letting go of that vision, like not letting go of like your visions for the future and how you envision things to be. Now with this Leo energy showing up, this King of Wands, this could definitely be someone who's coming in. They could have some toxic energy. This could definitely be someone who is coming in with a lot of passion, but there's a good possibility that they are after like only one thing. You know, they could just kind of like want some sex, or they could just kind of want that passion. So just kind of like be aware, be cautious, especially with that Devil energy. And then there's the Lovers. So, I mean, but you guys might become codependent or attached to each other, especially with the Lovers over here. Like, this could be someone that you are, like, I don't necessarily have bad energy coming from this person. I just feel like it could possibly turn into a bit of a toxic energy if you guys get too attached to each other, and if there's like a codependency thing going on here, which I could see potentially happening. So just, especially because you are very vulnerable to this like realm of dreams over here, because you have Patience and you have the Field of Dreams. So, you know, like you could definitely be feeling very like fantasy driven and just kind of like wanting to you know, fall more, like, you know, allow yourself to kind of fall in love and allow yourself to kind of like go with the flow that the universe is kind of like bringing to you, and just kind of like wanting to kind of surrender yourself to that. I mean, Pisces, like, you guys are very much about that surrendering kind of energy. So you could definitely find yourself surrendering to kind of this, you know, masculine, passionate, like fiery kind of energy. And there could definitely be some, you know, maybe you guys share some habits together, whether it's drugs or alcohol. You could be, you know, experimenting with that as you spend time together and, you know, do your thing. So your advice is dream. Connect to your intuitive dream world of metaphors and symbols. So it looks like the universe is telling you to dream. It looks like the universe is kind of like telling you to be open, you know, to be more open and accepting and like of these different symbolic kind of energies that make themselves known in your life and kind of come your way. So last month, we are in December of 2022, final month of the year. We are in Sagittarius season, so let us see how the year wraps up for you. We have blossoming. Okay, so coming into your own, blossoming. And this is like a silent confidence. We have goblins. Okay, so like accepting your darker sides too. I like that. Accepting some of your more darker natures as well. Perhaps that that individual that came into your life during Scorpio season, they could have been a very big part of getting you to just like love yourself more and to accept yourself and to accept some of your darker energies and to accept some of like the demons and some of those energies that are inside you, to accept it. We also have the Seven of Cups, so we have Venus in Scorpio. Lots of fantasies there. The Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, very cool. So good luck is on your side, and the moon. This is actually really, really cool. This is like some deep ass shit, Pisces. This is some deep ass shit. Sagittarius season. Oh my God. Like, yes. I feel like you are getting in touch with your like intuitive, deep side, and even your dark side, but in a very, very cool way. Like in this really like mysterious, mystical kind of way. And like you are starting to really see the possibilities. You're really starting to understand that even with you being like really just like honest with yourself, you just really being honest with yourself and with all the different sides of yourself and the different parts of yourself, like you're still able to see this very rich future. You're still able to see how luck is still on your side and how like, I don't know, like things can definitely open up for you in a really positive way. Now with the blossoming over here, like it does still kind of look like your fantasies and your illusions could be a little scattered. So just kind of be careful with perhaps like maybe a little bit too much of like not really knowing where to carry out your dreams. You could be caught up in many different things that are pulling you. And it's going to be really, really important with the moon over here because you can really go down any avenue. It's kind of like you can really choose any path, and it's going to be really, really important to really tap into that deeper emotional energy and to really kind of tap into those like deeper secrets within yourself as well, and to take a closer look at the things, at the different options and the different, you know, fantasies that and dreams that you yourself are looking at, and to really kind of like see where you can find yourself a little bit more grounded with your energy within those energies. Okay. So your advice over here is go deeper. Exactly. Like it's going to be so important to go deeper and to really, really come to some true grounding truths in terms with who you are at a deeper level, and to go based off of that. Expressing the deeper meanings in life while staying attuned to childlike wonder is at the heart of all great art. So with the moon over here, I feel like the moon energy, like you could feel inclined to keep things to yourself, to keep your feelings to yourself, to keep your deeper kind of like more mystical emotions to yourself. But I feel like the advice over here is to start to open yourself up to expressing that side of yourself. Because once you allow yourself to open that side of yourself up to the world, that's where you're really going to start to find your community. That's where you're really going to kind of start to find your path and your people and the dreams that you really want to live by and live with. Okay, so expressing the deeper meanings in life while staying attuned to childlike wonder. Yeah, and always, and like, I mean, Pisces, this is actually like so beautiful. I mean, I can't really imagine any other zodiac sign that can really capture this kind of energy in this way than you, you know, especially with this Go Deeper card. Like, I think that you might be the only zodiac sign that even pulled this card. But it's a very, very surreal, very kind of mystical, magical kind of energy, okay? And the fact that it's the year of 2022 is kind of ending like this, it's like, it's really setting you up. It's setting you up for 2023. It's setting you up to, like, really kind of like deepen your resolve and, you know, deepen your own understanding of yourself and how you feel about things, and to feel confident in expressing those things. But even while you do express yourself and you express those sides of yourself, to still allow yourself to be like kind of like a child of God or a child of the cosmos or a child of the universe, and still kind of be open to, you know, more like experiencing more and to like wonder what else is out there, okay? Like even while you deepen your own path and your own truth. So Pisces, this is your reading for 2022 12-month tarot spread. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and stay up to date with what I have going on and you know, just kind of see what's going to happen in 2022. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next year. Have a very nice new year. Be safe out there, and I will see you guys next time.